Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear learners of class 6 and all viewers. Welcome to our online class. Arranged by Dr. First Government Girls High School, Chattogram. I hope all of you are well with the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine by His grace. Okay, dear student, before going to our lesson, I would like to introduce myself. It's me, Shahnaz Begum, Assistant Teacher English, Dr. First Government Girls High School, Chattogram. Our today's lesson is the parts of speech from your book, Unit 1, Lesson 1. Okay, dear students, I think all of you have your textbook and notebook in front of you. Let's start. Parts of speech. What do you mean by parts of speech? Parts means partial, speech means the expression or the ability to express thoughts and feelings by articulate sounds. But in English grammar, its meaning is different. Okay, dear students, look at the screen. There is a sentence. Our mother language is Bangla. In this sentence, our mother language is Bangla are 5 different words and they all together make a sentence. So we can say every meaningful word used in a sentence is called a part of speech. Do you understand? I think it's clear. There are 8 kinds of parts of speech in English grammar. They are noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay, dear students, now look at the pictures. What do you see in the pictures? What do you see in the pictures? In pictures number 1, these are book. Picture number 2, arrows. Picture number 3, a classroom. There are also a teacher, students. In picture number 4, a calculator. In picture number 5, a guard. So what are the words indicates to? All of the words are the indicates of the things or person. So all of them are meaning words, naming words, and all of them are noun. Words are divided into different kinds of classes according to the purpose that they are used for. So noun is a naming word. Above the words refers as naming words, so they are noun. So noun is a naming word. That means the names of anything is called noun. Okay, dear students, I think all of you have understood. Now open the text, page number 1, lesson 1. What do you see? In activity number A, there are some sentences. These are, we live in Bangladesh. It is a beautiful country. Our mother language is Bangla. We love our country and our language. Count the number of words in each of these sentences. Each word in a sentence is a part of speech. There are 8 parts of speech in English. These are noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection, which we discussed before. In activity number B, read the following passage and look at the underlined word. Shanta lives in Rajshahi with her parents. She is a student of class 6. She goes to school regularly. She loves to read books. She also loves music. All her friends are fond of her. These are all naming words. They are called nouns. Nouns are a large number of things. Here are some categories: name of people, name of countries, name of people such as Rahim, Karim, Shima, Prima. In this sentence, Shanta, etc. Name of countries such as Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Maldives, etc. Name of cities such as Dhaka, Chattogram, Rajshahi, Sylhet. Name of foods: rice, tea, milk, etc. Name of fruits: mango, banana, pineapple, etc. And name of name of flowers: rose, marigold, lily, tulip, etc. Name of animals: tiger, lion, giraffe, dog, cat, etc. Name of qualities: kindness, poverty, beauty, etc. Name of institutions: school, college, hostel, etc. Name of relations: these are father, mother, teacher, students, etc. So above the sentence, there is Shanta is the name of people, Rajshahi the name of cities, and students, parents and students refer to the names of relations. School, name of institution. Books, name of substance or things. Music, name of quality. And friends, also the name of relations. In fact, there is no end to this list. You can add many other things like this. Supply 4 nouns for each of the above categories. Also refer to above passage and say which of the underlined words refer to what category of names. I think all of you have finished and it's clear to all. Okay, dear students, let's start activity number C. Look at the underlined words in the following sentence. I saw the boy sitting in the field. Some girls were also with him. They were discussing their problems of living in the school hostel. There are some words which are underlined. The first one, boy, indicates one person. Field indicates one speech. Girls indicates one more person. And problems and indicates one more matter. And hostel indicates one thing. Now we can say which of these words mean one person or thing, and which ones means more than one person or thing? Okay, dear students, when a noun refers to one person or thing, its form in singular. On the other hand, when a noun refers to more than one person or thing, its form is plural. So there is two forms of noun. These are singular and plural. When a noun refers to more than one person or thing, its form is plural. Look at the following examples. Singular, cat, plural, cats. Dog, dogs. Cow, cows. Bus, buses. Watch, watches. Church, churches. Box, boxes. Baby, babies. Lady, ladies. Story, stories. Notice that as, yes, and ies have been used to form plurals in the above examples. They are called plural markers. The words ending with s, x, and ch have taken es, and the words ending with y have taken ies to form plurals. But some plural are irregular in their forms. For example, singular man, men, child, children, tooth, teeth, mouse, mice, goose, geese. Notice how the plurals are formed in the above example. In English, plurals are usually formed by adding s, es, or ies to the singular form. So, okay, dear students, I think all of you have understood clearly. Now follow the activity number D. Read the following passage and identify the noun in it. Mr. Habib is now a happy man for several reasons. Firstly, he has recently made a lot of money from his business. Secondly, he has bought 2 flats in Dhaka. Thirdly, his wife was recovered from her long illness. Fourthly, he has married off all his daughters. Finally, his son has got a good job. These are the causes of his present happiness. Now say which of these nouns are singular and which of them are plural. Make sentences of your own with 2 singular nouns and 2 plural nouns. This was is for your home tasks. Okay. Follow the activity number E. Fill in the blanks in the following passage with appropriate singular and plural nouns. Salam is a dash of class 6. Salam is one person, so we use it there. Salam is a boy of class 6. He has some very good friend. Though there is some, so you use their plural words, friends. They go to school together. They also sit together in the class. All teachers love them. So I think all of you have finished it. Now, activity number 4, write a sentence with each of the following nouns: reasons, business, illness, marriage, happiness. By following the activity number D, you have to done it in your home. That's all for today. See you again, inshallah. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you. kiwi salad.